As we continue on our journey through Holy Week, we find ourselves in Mark chapter 14. It's Wednesday, it's 2 days before the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The chief priests and the teachers of the law are seeking to arrest Jesus and kill him, but they know that they can't do it during the feast or the people will riot. If we skip down a few verses, we read that Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples, is also betraying Jesus in this moment. He seeks to hand him over to the chief priests and the teachers of the law, and they are delighted and promise him money. So Judas waits patiently for a time to hand him over. How is it that in a few verses in this small section of scripture, Judas can go from faithfully following Jesus to betraying him? Well, it's because of what we read in the middle section. In Mark chapter 14, verses 1 through 11, there's a story about a woman with an alabaster jar. Beginning in verse 3, we read, while Jesus was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of a man known as Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume, made of pure nard. She broke the jar and poured the perfume on his head. Some of those present were saying indignantly to one another, "Why waste the perfume? It could have been sold for more than a year's wages and the money given to the poor." And they rebuked her harshly. "Leave her alone," said Jesus. "Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, and you can help them any time you want. But you will not always have me. She did what she could. She poured the perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial. I tell you the truth, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her." In this moment, Judas now realizes that he had been seeing the wrong Jesus. What Mary did was this actful worship for Jesus. She is preparing him for burial, and it is at this moment that Judas realizes that the kingdom that Jesus was going to bring was not the one that he had envisioned. And so Judas, seeking money and status, goes to the chief priests and the teachers of the law to betray Jesus. As we continue on through this Wednesday, I want you guys to ask yourself this one question. Are you worshiping Jesus for who he is, or only for who you want him to be?